Bright QT. Every student matters.
Hello, dear students. Welcome to another lecture. In this class, we are going to learn about writing letters. Now, we all know that there are two types of letters that are written, a formal letter as well as an informal letter. And when we talk about a formal letter also, there are multiple subheads of a formal letter. That is writing complaints, placing an order, making an inquiry, writing a letter to the principal or the head of an organization, writing a letter to the editor of a newspaper or a magazine. So we have multiple types of formal letters. We will learn about each one of them with the help of an example. Now, the first type of formal letter, as you can see, is you are Mansi. You have to write a letter to the principal of your school. So, writing a letter to the principal of the school to seek permission to use the computer in the computer lab. So, you want to use the computer in the computer lab, and that is why you need permission from your school principal. Now, what is the format of writing a letter? As you can see in your books, you write the address of the receiver. You're writing it to the principal, Pinewood School, Moradabad. So you've written the complete address to whom you're writing the letter. Now this address was nowhere supplied in the question. You've created this address on your own. So be smart and wise enough to create one when such a question arises. Then you write your date on which you write the letter, followed by the salutation. What is this? This is the salutation. So, respected ma'am, and thereafter you start writing your letter. I am a student of your school studying in 4A. I want to use the computer in the computer lab. I want to attempt general knowledge quiz on the internet. To this educational end, kindly allow me to use the computer in the computer lab. Thanking you. Yours obediently, Mansi Bagga, class 4A. So this at the end you write your complimentary close. So you will write whatever you want to write when writing a letter, whatever is the information, whatever is the request you wish to make to the principal, you will write it again as precise and up to the mark as possible. And then you will close it by saying yours obediently, your name and your class. Now, the second type of formal letter is again the specimen which is given to you is to write a letter to your principal to seek permission to play a friendly inter-school badminton match. So, you want to play a, friendly inter-school badminton match, and that is how and why you decided to write a letter to the principal of your school. So again, you write the receiver's address in the 3 lines. After that, you write the date on which you're writing the letter. Then comes your salutation. And you begin writing your letter. I am a student of your school studying in 5th B. My friends and I want to play a badminton match against the students of St. Mary's Academy, Chandranagar, Roorkee. The match will be played on our ground on 3rd September at 4 p.m. I request you to allow us to play the match. Thanking you, and then comes your complimentary close. That is yours obediently, Narendra Chauhan, 5th. If you want, you also write yours sincerely, and then your name and class. Now the next is you have to write a letter to the editor of either a magazine or a newspaper encouraging regarding the encroachment of pavements by the vendors and the others. The way the vendors have occupied the maximum portion of the pavement is something that really annoys you. and thus you decide to write a letter to the editor of a newspaper to express your opinions on the same. So, when writing a letter to the editor, the first thing that you write is your address. So you write sender's address. After that, you write the date. And then you write the receiver's address. The way we had it when we did to principal, in that we first wrote the principal, name of the school, and then name of the city. Here we write the editor, Hindustan Times, New Delhi. Then you have to write the subject. Now this is very written to the editor, so that the editor, when he gets your letter, there are thousands of letters that an editor might get every day. So on coming across your letter, the editor should know what it is going to be about. So the subject is going to inform the editor of the reason why you're writing a letter to him. So encroachment of the pavements is your subject, and then you write your salutation. So in case of a letter to editor, we first write the sender's address in 3 lines. We write the date. We write the receiver's address. We write the subject. Then we write the salutation, and thereafter we start with our letter. Now, through the columns of your esteemed paper, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned parties to the nuisance caused by the vendors and shopkeepers by occupying space on the pavements. Now, this line through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw. This is a standard line that you would want to make use of in your letters in order to introduce the purpose why you're writing a letter to the editor. So, what is the reason here? The problems which are caused by the vendors and the shopkeepers as they occupy a lot of space on the pavements. So, the main Sadar Bazaar is a crowded area and has a heavy flow of traffic on roads. The municipal corporation constructed wide and proper pavements in front of the shops last year. It was done to facilitate the movement of the shoppers as well as the pedestrians. But this was also done to prevent the accidents which involved pedestrians. However, it is a matter of great shame that within 2 months, the pavements have become the business places for the petty vendors. The small vendors have occupied the pavements and they carry on with their business from there. Some shopkeepers have even illegally extended their shops right up to the roads. This matter needs urgent attention if accidents have to be prevented. We must understand the safety of people is the responsibility of both the authorities as well as the people themselves. I hope this letter would find in your columns so as to create awareness among the general public. Just like I told you, the first line through the columns of your esteemed newspaper is used to introduce your letter. Similarly, this is the last line that will conclude your letter. After this, again comes your complimentary close. Yours truly. So this is how we frame a letter to the editor. Now, the next type of letter is to write a letter to DD Bharti, appreciating its rich and diverse programs. DD Bharti, we all know, is a television channel by Doordarshan. So you have to write a letter to DD Bharti telling them about the programs that are so rich and diverse in nature. So again, the first 3 lines you will write your address. Then over here, although it is not written, you write a date. Writing a date in your letters is mandatory. You cannot skip writing a date. Then comes your receiver's address, the one who's going to receive your letter. Now, who's going to receive your letter? The Director General of Delhi Doordarshan, New Delhi. What is the subject? The programs that are aired on DD Bharati. You want to talk about them. So, sir, it is with great pleasure that I would like to express my opinions about the variety of programs being telecast on DD Bharati. Television is one of the most powerful media to reach out to the common man. With hundreds of channels covering innumerable subjects and topics, our country's rich culture and heritage has already taken a backseat. I appreciate the efforts of Doordarshan to bring into focus India's rich cultural heritage and its diversity. The programs shown on DD channel not only compete with the variety of the entertainment shown on the other channels but also have maintained a high standard in the choice of subjects. I congratulate all the people concerned with this channel for doing such a splendid job. The programs that are featured on the channel are informative, progressive, as well as enjoyable. I am certain that the channel enjoys a large viewership. It is hoped that the quality of the programs will be maintained in the future as well. Thank you. Yours sincerely and your name. So you see 3 paragraphs, no matter what. First was the introduction wherein you introduced to them or told them about the reason why you wrote this letter. Second paragraph being the detailed paragraph in which you're talking about what are all the things that you love and appreciate about the channel and the programs telecasted on them. And the third one is the conclusion where you do not stop yourself from appreciating and talking good about the concerned people in this department. So this is how in 3 paragraphs you will write your letter. So we have learned about the letters that we write to the principal, letter to the editor, and the other letters which are written to the organizations. Now we move ahead to the second type of letter, that is the informal letter. And as the name suggests, informal letters are written to family and friends. And since you write these letters to your family and friend, therefore, their tone is very informal and friendly in nature. For example, let us look at the first case. Write a letter to your father telling him about progress in studies. How are you faring at the studies? So you write your address. Here we write sender's address. Then comes the date. I told you writing a date in your letters is always mandatory. Please don't skip that. Salutation, my dear father. I received your letter recently. You wanted to know about my studies. You will be happy to know that I am doing well in my studies. I have scored the highest marks in the unit test last month. I got 98% marks in maths. My performance in other subjects has also improved. I try to spend a few hours in library daily so as to score better in science. My teachers have also appreciated my performance in the class. Our half-yearly examinations are commencing beginning from next month. I am working day and night so as to score well in exams. I am very confident that I will come out with flying colors. I shall keep you informed about my progress. Please convey my regards to mother and to Shrey. So this pay my regards line we always write at the end of an informal letter. This is how you are conveying your love to those whom you are not addressing in the letter, right? You wrote this letter to your father, your mother, and let's say your younger sibling or elder sibling who's left, you will write their names at the end. And after you've written, yours affectionately and your name. Let us look at another example. Write a letter to your friend thanking him for a birthday gift that was given to you. So again, we write the sentence first two lines. We write the date and the salutation, dear Amit. We start writing. What a magnificent gift you have sent me on my birthday. What a wonderful gift you sent me. The book you have chosen for me is simply fabulous. It brings the scenery of various hill stations live before my eyes. I may not be able to visit all these places in my lifetime, but I can certainly enjoy looking at the pictures and visiting them in my imagination. I wish you could attend my birthday party. We all missed you very much. I thank you again for the lovely gift and the happiness it has given me. And then again, thank you, yours sincerely, and your name at the end. So you can yourself see the difference in the tone of writing a letter to a friend or a family and as compared to the ones that we learnt about the editor or the principal ones, right? Now the third example is you have to write a letter to your friend who's not well and you have to wish him a speedy recovery. So your address, date and the salutation. Hope this letter finds you in good spirits. I heard that you are suffering from viral fever. You should take good care of yourself. Take your medicines on time and eat healthy food. You should also take complete rest. Do not worry, you will be able to join the school soon. Yours loving friend, and then your name at the end. So you see, dear students, this is how we write the letters. We've discussed about both the formal as well as the informal letters that can be written. The format for both of them are different. So please take care of the format when writing a letter, because if you fail to write the correct format, you will end up losing marks. So I'm going to pause here now. I will see you all now in my next lecture.